The other thing that's a little freaky.
What?
The video's like a little bit behind, so it's like you see your voice lagging. Hey, welcome to No Comics for Old Men. We're gonna get right into the FOC here in just a second. Yeah, you're gonna have to call your comic shop tonight, but this is the stuff we're ordering for the shop. Oh, who's that? Oh, you don't remember? It's Ken. He's returned.
Oh, me. Hey, I'm back. For all 2.5 of you that might have missed me.
Now, No Comics for Old Men with an E, not an A.
All right.
Is back. Here we are. Men. We are men.
We are old. And we like comics.
And we love maybe a little too much.
Yeah.
Might be. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. But we're going to do the FOC for you. I'm going to bring it up right now. Previews World. So a little bit about Previews World. They're putting out a new thing called Pullbox, which they've been trying to get going for a while, which I never could be a part of because I bought their computer system, and their new pullback system didn't work with the old computer system that they had sold me. So their new hotness couldn't work with their old system. So now all of a sudden, now that they've lost Marvel and DC.
They lost Marvel too?
Yeah. Marvel now is gone. Well, they're still going to be able to do them, it sounds like, till October, and then I guess another decision will be made, but they've moved to Penguin.
Oh, wow.
Penguin Books. So you're going to be able to buy books and comics and free shipping.
Really?
Yeah, which is huge. It's like it'll be like a 10% kick on the books.
Which
Easy.
is nice, but I still like going into a store. You know, like I like going into a comic store. Like to me, that's part of the fun.
But it'll be free shipping to me as a comic store.
Oh,
So
I thought you meant.
I'm going to be able to give half of that percentage to, or all of it to my subscribers.
Oh, no, that's
right?
good. Then.
So yeah, it's great.
That's good.
Crossover. If you haven't been reading this, you should be. I think there's a trade paperback #1 either coming out or out. This is 3 weeks out. Crossover number 7. It's good. It's written not by Donny Cates, but by Chip Zdarsky. This is a thing Donny Cates is doing with this book. He's bringing other writers in. I guess the story has moved and morphed to the killer is killing writers, comic book writers. So this is, I think, where Chip Zdarsky is going to bite the bullet.
Oh, he's going to kill himself?
Yeah,
Oh.
in his writing.
Oh.
So he also drew this cover, which I think is a really cool cover. It has a missing poster with a bloody handprint. It's got great perspective with the guy kind of running away out there.
He's a really good artist. I haven't read too much of the stuff he's written,
Right.
but when he was doing Sex Criminals with Mac Fraction, it was like the art in there, and the story too. It's really good. But
he's a better writer than I think people give him credit for. I mean, Daredevil has been so solid. Like my readership for that in my shop has never gone down. I sell 5 copies every week. Those people have stuck with it. It's up to issue 30 something. There's a lot of books. Even the hot Cates books have, waned off, like Thor and Venom. We lose people, they're like, I'm not into it anymore, and they drop off. Zdarsky's really been solid. So interesting that Cates brings him on to do this book, but we're going to be bringing this one in the shop. We'll go to the next one. This is going to be we're going to do all the image first. We're going to go by company. Department of Truth. Ken's a big fan. Ken's been reading this, and I haven't been. I read a few of the early issues, but I haven't been staying up with it. So
yeah, this is another James Tynion in the 4th book. If you read his stuff on Batman, that's probably all I know him from before this. And he also does Something is Killing the Children, which is something I came to late, but it's another awesome series. This one's really cool. If you like the X-Files, it's kind of got that vibe to it. It's basically about a department in the government that controls truth and fights against conspiracy theories. The whole concept is if enough people believe something, it can change the world. Like the flat earth theory, enough people believe it, suddenly the earth will become flat and we'll probably all fly off like game board pieces. But that's basically it, and it's a department that kind of handles conspiracy theory. And the head of the department is Lee Harvey Oswald. So that gives you an idea of the kind of like strangeness and conspiracy theory without ruining anything.
What a great concept. Very timely book. It may be too close to the Department of Truth.
It has like, and I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but it does resonate a lot with a lot of the strange shenanigans that are going on in our political system.
Yeah,
Doesn't really address COVID yet, but I'm sure that'll
it'll
come
get
in
there.
soon. But it's definitely, if you like X Files and conspiracy theory kind of stuff, it's really
Who
good.
doesn't like?
Well, yeah, it's fun.
I mean, it's fun as long as you don't let yourself go down the rabbit hole and start.
Well, you start wearing a tinfoil hat,
Hat.
you know,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Yeah.
I work at 911, and I can tell you for sure that there are people out there that tinfoil their apartments and their heads, and yeah, they're usually schizophrenics, but it seems like we're getting more and more of them every day. Let's move on. I think I have the other two covers of, or at least the next cover of Department Truth up to. I love this. Can you see the Mason symbol, the all-seeing eye behind the female character? Just a really cool cover. If you want to know who the artist is, I can't remember, and I don't have the eyesight to see it.
They have been doing some really good variants, though.
Yeah.
I think last issue or the issue before that Bill Sienkiewicz did, did the cover. I mean, if you get any of his stuff, I'll buy it just for the cover.
Cover, yeah. And did I have the other one up? The other one's okay too. I didn't like it as much as this one, but yeah, it's kind of meh. All right.
Because that's another weird character they haven't explained yet, or at least I think I'm 2 issues behind.
Yeah, they have a document in the back that's all been
redacted.
Yeah. So I mean, I get it. It's kind of like collage-y for me, but yeah,
it's definitely a book worth picking up. Like I said, if you like X-Files conspiracy theories,
but if I was going to get a variant, I would get the B cover.
Yeah, I think that's definitely
the all-seeing eye in the back is super cool. And the next book is Spawn. Spawn is up to 319. Wow. This is the Barons cover. That's how you say his name. It's maybe Barons. Very cool cover, but I love the McFarlane one next. It's the Cygor.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, just so good.
You know what's good too? Like I like seeing like McFarlane. He's art's still getting better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's one of those guys that improve over time, unlike Rob Liefeld, who sucks worse now than he ever did.
Yeah, but the other thing is that McFarlane not only has a great eye, has gotten better, he also has discovered some unbelievable artists.
Oh yeah. Well, he's always been good for that. For like finding what's his name, Greg Capullo.
Yeah.
I mean that guy started it, and I mean he's a dude's a workhorse too.
Yeah.
He pounds out.
That's the other thing is
never
that
late.
He really mentors the guys he brings in too. See, the next one is the Mattina cover, which is also it's a Mattina,
Yeah, that's something else. That's
you buy it. It's Mattina.
Yeah.
So I would
especially for black and white. I mean, it's
I would own all three. I would just own all three. Spawn has gotten leading up to 300. I had been away from Spawn for a long time, and of course, in a comic shop, it started to get a lot of noise coming up to the 300. They had the 297, 298, 299, which were homages to his Spider-Man run, and they were selling, so I was buying, but I read them and they were really good, and 300 was great, and it hasn't slowed down. And now the universe is expanding, and we're going to get 3 more books. We're going to get a Gunslinger book, Scorched, and the first one out is going to be the King Spawn book. I mean, I don't think there's any stopping Spawn right now. I think he's really on fire. And the toys, everybody saw my toy video. If you didn't, go see my toy video. I got the 3 Kickstarter Spawns from McFarlane, and they're so beautiful. But yeah,
that's the one thing I can say about him is like he's reinvented it and he's made it interesting again. Because I was the same way. Like I just started kind of like reading a few issues and I've been missing something.
Yeah,
really, I mean, like I don't think I haven't read it for. I mean, we're talking decades.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy to get re-energized that much in a project that's been around that long.
Yeah, 300 issues, and you figured out a new way to do it and make it interesting.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing.
All right, I've talked your ear off about Spawn. We'll move on, but buy all 3 issues because every cover's
great artwork.
There's no missing in those covers. All right. Parasomnia. I have no idea what that means. I'm sure it's a word because it's somebody that's way smarter than me, Colin Bunn, coming with a new #1 from Dark Horse. I will read the #1. I'm a Colin Bunn fan.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not a huge Dark Horse fan. I don't know if it's the editors at Dark Horse.
I haven't really read much Dark Horse stuff.
I mean,
when the main Hellboy, when they finally finished the whole BPRD thing, it was like I kind of just stopped getting it.
I love the Lemire stuff, like the Black Hammer stuff, but I really don't think anybody touches Lemire's book. I don't think, and that's what I'm thinking. Colin Bunn is pretty much going to have the reins in this book.
Yeah, which would be cool. I mean, and he's a really good writer and good different takes on stories too. You know, he always comes up with some really original stuff. And I actually haven't even heard about this one yet. So this is something I'd pick up.
This will be out.
He's writing it.
Yeah, this will be out in 3 weeks. It's Colin Bunn. I'm pretty sure it's a horror book.
Yeah.
I don't know
like
I didn't read the synopsis. I didn't memorize the synopsis. I did read it once, but I'm going to wear my glasses the next time we have a live show, so maybe I can. Ken's reading his, but I have a little bit better eyesight, but without my glasses, it's just a blur. So, distance-wise, I'm pretty good.
Yeah, I can't read close up.
Right. Me either.
Yeah, and distance is going to. It is old comics for old men. So every once in a while, we're going to talk about old men stuff. You know, my back pain,
my podiatrist, my foot doctor.
Yeah,
she's pretty hot. Let's move on to the next.
I want to edit that one out.
It's live, no editing.
Oh,
no editing.
Uh-oh.
All right, Kanto. Everybody keeps hearing me talk about Kanto. I mean, here's the thing: it's a good story. It's optioned for to be an animated series. A series, if it's going to be 6 or 8 episodes, is going to need 3 issues or probably only 1 episode.
Yeah.
If it's an hour-long animated show, if it's a half an hour, maybe 2.
Yeah, because I think what's the general rule with filming? It was like 1 page is like a minute. Yeah.
So I mean, of course they're going to expand, from comics when there's going to be a lot of dialogue and things happening. The one comic will be expanded, but
now this is another one I've seen, or I've seen the ad for, but I haven't
read
it. It was just one of those things like that. It looks interesting, but it was like, I have $30 of other stuff I bought today.
Right,
so.
But you fall in love with this little TikTok character. TikTok.
Clockwork. Yeah.
TikTok is on the brain.
We won't talk about that though.
So this little Clockwork character has a heart, has a lot of feelings. The story brings about a lot of feelings. Through the different series, there's new characters introduced all the time, which is, if you're going to write comics, give us new characters. Especially if you've built your new world, as they move from place to place.
Yeah.
Not the same people, new people, and, new characters make it interesting.
Yeah.
And he's nailed this, really. I wasn't on it in the beginning. I had bought a bunch out of speculation. One person wanted them in my store, and he wanted one of every cover. So I ended up saying, well, I might as well buy it, to get the 1 in 5. I'm going to have to, I think it was a 1 in 10. I have to buy 10 issues. So I did really well on this. But I've continued to sell them every series. So I keep bringing them in. We'll have them. So, if you're interested in trying it out, and like I said, it's #1. It's the new series. The new Kanto, I think it's a 3-issue shot. So you only have to invest the 3 issues. And it's, always a constant jumping on point. I think the guy's really nailed a little niche for himself. And then from IDW, I don't know if we have anything else from IDW. Maybe. Nope, right to Marvel. So that's the only thing that in 3 weeks is coming out that I'll have from IDW. But Beta Ray Bill. Have you been reading Beta Ray Bill?
No.
I heard it's pretty good.
I've been pretty remiss in a lot of Marvel stuff.
I know you've been behind. It's only up to issue 4. And this is 3 weeks out, so issue 3 just came out.
So is it good? But
it's only 5 issues.
Oh, I always thought he was an interesting character from back in the Simonson Thor days,
Right. Daniel Warren, I heard Johnson has been doing a good job writing this. I hopefully will get around to it. Sad thing is I don't know if I have any spare copies, but my copies have been selling in the shop, and my customers have been telling me how they've been enjoying it. So I'm going by them alone. And this is a cool. I don't think that's Mignola, but like it's got that feel.
Yeah, it's definitely got that style.
Yeah, it's a cool cover. I don't think I got the B. I'm getting in the B cover for this. There was Marvel is doing a lot of villain covers. I didn't. There's one I think I'm getting. I didn't love all of them. Marvel's going insane with these covers, man. They're just like, you know. And then you never can tell which one's going to pop. You know which one's going to pop? The one that nobody buys.
Yeah.
That's the one everybody wants then, because it's the rarest. So, and we'll move on from Beta Ray to the next Marvel book, Black Cat. Well, hopefully I get my Black Cats in 3 weeks, because this week I didn't get any. They weren't in my box from Diamond. And they've been, you can't even call Diamond anymore. They have phone hours till 7 o'clock, but they shut their phones off between 2 and 5.
Wow, that's completely efficient. That's great.
So the first thing they say is, "Oh, our hours are from 8 till 7 at night." You're like, "Wow, almost almost 12 hours they're on." Then they're like, "Oh, but we close at 2 till 5."
Yeah.
And then you usually get you're on hold for, oh my God, oh, so long. Your estimated time is 1 hour and 20 minutes. I just hang up.
Your call is important to us. Please stay on the line.
But so yeah, I'm gonna try to get this in. I'll be ordering this. I like the cool, like the blue, the white in the kind of blue hue. I think is really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know who that character is.
Updated costume
on her.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's supposed to be a reflection. Not that black reflects, but I haven't been reading it, so I believe I want to say that's the Korean flag colors. Green and red.
It looks like yin and yang, but it's turned on its side.
Right, which Korea has a symbol like that.
Oh.
So that could be one of the new characters from, is that the New Agents of of Atlas? Could be one of those Asian characters.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's possible.
Could be. And next, I don't think I put in for the, but that's the annual, right? And then this one is the Black Knight. Curse of the Blade #4. I'm just getting it because he's in the Eternals movie. It's like I have.
Oh, the Black Knight's in the Eternals?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know.
You know who's playing him?
I saw the trailer.
You know who's playing him? The Black Knight from Game of Thrones. He wasn't actually the Black Knight, but he wore all black. He was the Snow.
Jon Snow?
Jon Snow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The actor whose name I can't remember. Yeah,
But they don't.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Kit Harington.
Kit Harington.
Yeah.
They don't show him in the outfit.
Peanut
though.
gallery comes through.
I think by the end of they're not going to show it on the trailers, but unless the trailers aren't they're not getting good enough feedback from the trailers, and then I think you'll see him in his costume.
It's definitely from the trailer, and even when I heard they were making it into a movie, it was like, that's an odd choice for Marvel.
He's in the trailer.
I mean, it could be great. I mean,
he's in the trailer, but not in costume.
Oh,
but
okay.
I think when they show him in costume,
yeah,
I'm gonna lose my shit.
You're a big Black Knight fan?
I'm a big armor sword fan.
Fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like if they could just, when he's finished with it, I have to trim down a little bit, but when he's finished with it, he could, they could send that armor.
Oh, you want to get the armor?
Yeah. I could play Old Man Black Knight.
No, that's all. The Gray
We've
Knight.
done
You could be the Gray Knight. Yeah.
That's right. We just spray paint it a little bit. But yeah, no, I mean, it's another short series. It's up to issue 4. I always carry all the way through 5 and get enough for the people who are subscribed to it. And but we're going to be bringing that in. But it looked pretty cool. The art looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
I haven't heard anything about the writing like that, so it's probably just.
I've read some of Simon Spurrier's other stuff, and he's a really good writer.
Right.
I don't, I've never read The Black Knight, and that's.
Yeah.
Can't see, but.
They've made him a lot more powerful. You know that, right?
Like I said, I'm really bad for the Marvel stuff because I haven't been
so the
like
Black
doing the
Knight's
superhero stuff in a while.
Ebony sword makes him almost as powerful as Thor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so they did really.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember from Defenders. From years.
Defenders. He was in Avengers for a while. He could end up being the leader of the Avengers. Iron Man is gone.
Oh yeah.
He did lead the Avengers at one point.
You never know. But if they're going to have crossover between those movies,
maybe.
it'd be interesting to see.
Maybe.
I mean, that's a movie I'd like to see because it's so different from what they've been doing.
Right.
You know, so it
Right. I love the
it'd
costumes.
be cool. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a beautiful.
Everybody
movie.
says
It
this
looks
is how they're
amazing.
going to explain the mutants. So we're going to see our first mutant in the
Oh,
MCU.
so that's going to be the gateway to them bringing back the
Yeah.
X-Men and
Yeah.
everything.
Because you know the high evolutionaries, not the high, but the Celestials tinkered. They would come back to a planet and tinker
Uh-huh.
with the DNA of whatever
Yeah.
they left there. So
No,
that's how
that could be
mutants
a good
came
lead-in.
about. So,
But-
all right, what do we got after Black Knight? We have Black Widow. I have people that subscribe to this. I have not heard anything good or bad. I just think it's a book.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. It was like the movie, the trailer to the movie looked good.
Oh, I
It's
can't wait to
probably
see the
like-
movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
I also would like to be the Old Man Red Guardian. If they're looking for somebody to play Old Man Red
Oh.
Guardian.
well, just so you can
I
stare,
get my-
stare at Scarlett Johansson. Well, yeah.
Well, her sister's going to be the going forward, the Black Widow. She's done. She's not going to do it anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. So all of the books that her sister appears in have started to blow up.
Oh. Just the blonde, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yolvana or whatever her name is. I don't have much to say about the Black Widow. I don't read it. I don't get much information, feedback from it. It's like the third restart.
Well, yeah, now the movie's coming out,
Yeah.
so they gotta have a series
Yeah.
to go with the movie.
So we'll just move on from. Sorry, if you're a big Black Widow fan, hey, tell me. Oh, this is the one. I'm not a fan, but look at this cover. I had to go with this. This is one of this. This is the Spider-Man villains covers, or is what Marvel's doing. But this one is
Yeah, that's a great cover.
crazy.
I would buy
cover.
the book just for the cover.
Well,
For the
that's
cover, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm bringing it in. I mean, nobody ordered it, but
Yeah, it's nice. Nice.
all the electric around. It's kind of a painted cover. There's a lot of cleavage.
cleavage.
Yeah, so the fanboys will eat this cover up.
Yeah.
I thought it might have been an Adam Hughes with that, but it's not. It's Davy Go, which I guess is one of the new
Probably.
Marvel.
Yeah, they got a whole new roster.
Yeah,
a
they
lot
call them
of
the
new ones.
Stormbreakers. They bring every 1 or 2 years. They bring in a whole new group of new artists to do covers and to do backstories and stuff. Kind of breaking them into comics, and the ones that do well stick.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's
basically
definitely somebody.
what I wanna see.
That's definitely an artist to watch out for.
Yeah.
though,
The- What comics is that it's all about hitting your deadlines, man. I've seen great artists that you're like, where'd they go? I love their stuff. Well, it took them 3 months to do one issue, so they're done.
Yeah, it's
Right?
not artistic talent aside, it's not an easy.
It's not. Not only do you have to get it out every month, you have to tell the story.
Yeah, it's
You're
a
not
rough
just
job.
putting characters standing there. Ba-ba-da!
It definitely has its own skill set to it that
It's
no other
amazing.
medium has.
It doesn't. It
Which
doesn't.
is also what makes it, which is why I like it. It was like
Yeah.
there's so much stuff that you do in comics you can't do in a movie or TV
Right.
show.
That's why I don't think I always yell so much about. I don't think comic artists get enough respect.
No, I don't think they do. The
we-
medium as a whole doesn't get enough. I mean,
This is
it's
true.
gotten more now,
It's
but
getting
now it's
more.
more like the respect is because it's an intellectual property, that I
that
can make a movie with.
Yeah.
It's
and
not like
it
liking
cost
for
me
what
very
it
little
is.
to make, and now it's
Yeah.
going to make a ton of money, right? Because the comics, everybody thinks, oh, well, all this comic book, but there's not a lot of money in comics. Everyone, this is something we love. We do it because we read them because we love them. We collect them because we love them. I mean, yes, the collector market. Like if you're doing old books, it's kept my shop open through COVID. Like the explosion of books. I mean, books have gone just crazy prices. But if you're just doing new books, it's tough. It's tough. The margins are thin. You got to get a lot of subscribers to pay the bills. I lost the majority of my subscribers, and Pumpkinhead came out of nowhere. There we go. So, yeah, I lost a lot of my subscribers during COVID, but what saved me was that I had all this backstock that I could just throw up on the internet in different ways and forms and keep this going, But I would say you got to have that cover. I mean, of the
Yeah.
ones coming out, get that stuff.
Yeah, it's really
So-
well done.
We can move on from that. Next Marvel book is, because we've only got up to B, is Daredevil. We were just talking about this, Chip Zdarsky's run.
Yeah.
One, I love this cover. Who doesn't love angel wings? Like stylized, like actual wings. It's just really cool. I think there has been during this run there has been some good touches on religious because of Matt Murdock's
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
they play in
duality
being
with
being
yeah
a Catholic,
devout
and-
Catholic and being the daredevil,
Yeah,
wearing the devil costume. There's always been a lot of
that's part
of
of
that
his
in there.
character. Though.
Yeah.
If the writer can handle it, do it well.
right.
It's a very important part of his character. I think is that like he's tormented hero.
Yeah,
You know, it's like a guy like Batman. Batman has no bones about it. He's a vigilante, and that's what
That's
I do.
it.
And there's no,
yep.
there's no. He doesn't second
They can
guess
make him.
himself.
They can make him as ruthless as they want.
Yeah.
It goes back and forth. Depends on who's writing him. Sometimes, they've made him a little too introspective. Tom King's run, I think it was good for a while, but then it got a little.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too.
I don't want to
His
have to
run
be
went-
analyzing myself.
It went on for a long time, and to keep that level of consistent
Right.
and good stuff, it's
It's really
hard.
tough.
Month to month.
Right.
Keep people interested and keep being able to do new things. It's hard.
Zdarsky's doing, I think, an incredible job. I don't get to read every issue. This cover will get me to open this book.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like the psychology of this game is like, I mean, not for everybody. Some people might be turned off by that cover, but for me, the blood running from his feet, the wings, the big red.
It's
I
eye
like,
catching.
it's eye catching. I want to know what's going on. What's going
Yeah.
on? How come
Yeah.
there's an angel in the Daredevil book, and
Yeah.
it looks like he's holding the Daredevil mask in one of his hands, and then
Yeah.
somebody else's mask in the other. So I know that Chip Zdarsky's been like really putting out solid stories. So we'll be looking out for that. What do we got next? Eternals. Yeah, well, this is an ongoing. They've got an ongoing. Why? Movie coming out.
Movie coming out. Kieran Gillen is. I read. He does Die.
Yeah.
He did he's a really good writer. I have not picked this up because I didn't realize he was writing it.
That's the other thing they
So
don't
that's
do.
something
is-
I have to like. I would pick this up just on the strength of his writing.
Do you know how mad Marvel was when people were reading Amazing Spider-Man because Todd McFarlane? They weren't buying Spider-Man; they were buying McFarlane's.
Oh.
When he started to become more important than the book,
Yeah.
Marvel
Yeah.
got all pissy
Mhm.
and they wanted to push him off the book. Where they're like, I will read everything Brian K. Vaughan writes. So if a Brian K. Vaughan book is coming out, if you're a company that's selling his book, it shouldn't say the title of the book. It should say Brian V. Vaughan,
Yeah,
K.
yeah.
Vaughan's new book,
Yeah.
and then the name.
They
Right?
do that with some.
Jeff
with some
Lemire.
guys, yeah.
Like, there's a lot of guys like that. I didn't know Gillian was writing this either.
No, I didn't either because now it's like, oh, okay.
And
I'm
if
gonna
you
have
look
to
at the
check it out.
covers, like, who are they trying to rip off with those covers?
Yeah. Well, what's his
Like
name
Neil
too?
Gaiman run.
Assad Ribic is that guy is an amazing
Yeah,
artist, and
yeah.
he's doing covers and interior. So I mean, I don't know what you can ask for anything more than like a really good writer and a great artist. So
yeah.
we just hope the story's good.
Right.
But like I said, I like his writing, so I would definitely pick up the first issue just on the strength of his past work.
Yeah. This is issue 5, though. It's 5 in. So, and it's ongoing, so there will be a trade paperback.
Yeah.
If you're getting it from me, you're going to have to order it because
Yeah.
Emmett hates trade paperbacks.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
I'm not a fan.
I like the monthlies, but especially like if I find if I'm like way behind, it's great to get a couple of trades and then read like the first 12 issues one shot.
Well, the problem with me was like I was always big into indies, and back in the day
Oh, they didn't do trades.
they didn't do trades. So like if you didn't get the floppies, you were out. And
Yeah.
then the trades never went up in value, right? So I was always a little bit of a hustler too, like hence the comic shop. Yeah, so like I was always like, oh, I do enjoy reading them. I love the stories, but I'd like them to have some value too. So
Yeah.
And now first print trade paperbacks, if a new trade paperback's coming out and you think it's something that's important, like the first printing of Something's Killing the Children, you should own that. They have a first print hardcover coming out in August that goes from 1 to 15. You should own that. They have a slipcase version.
Wow.
You should get that.
Just and collectability wise, yeah, but just for story too. It's such
well,
a
you
good,
get to sit down and read.
Such a good series.
It's not that I don't enjoy reading trade paperbacks like
Yeah.
that. You get to go read the whole thing all at once. It's great. It's fantastic.
That's what I like, but I like I'm like you, like I feel, especially when you're buying independents, their bread and butter is kind of the single issues, and
Yep.
that decides if it's gonna be, 5-6 issues, or if it's gonna be an ongoing.
Ongoing.
A lot of times, because I'm sure writers, I got this idea for a story at 6 issues, but I have this all other ideas that I hope I can expand, and if they don't sell the single issues, they're
That's
probably not going to get.
they
a
actually
chance
have to do
really
it that
tell.
way now. Like
Yeah,
the second arc is only if it sells.
yeah,
Which is horrible. Like nobody will give you a chance for an ongoing if you're an independent writer that hasn't worked at Marvel or DC.
sure.
Um,
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It was
my
like
nephew's
you kind of
first
have
book,
to
Saints.
you have to
So that
work
was-
for the major to get your name out there, so you can do that stuff. And
My nephew's first book, Saints, was supposed to be 12 issues. They had signed up for the 12 issues, but by 8 it was unprofitable,
yeah,
so they had to end it.
yeah, that's
Um,
that's the thing. It is a business, so
Yeah,
if
Yeah.
if you can't make money doing it, they'll usually stop it.
man.
You
Probably
can
the
only
book,
imagine how much great stuff have we never get to see because it
I
never
can
got off
point
the ground.
to the Holy Grail, Unholy Grail,
Oh,
Colin Bunn's book from Aftershock.
yeah, that was a good book too. That it
4
did-
issues. I'm like, I'm in this forever.
Yeah, it felt like there was a lot more that could have been done with it.
Issue 5 it ends. It comes out of nowhere, just
Yeah.
like, oh, we've time traveled.
Yeah,
Now the son that was born in issue 4 is an adult, and him and his father are going to battle to the end to see
'Cause
who wins.
that totally seemed like that thing. Well, it's not selling well, so wrap it up in this issue.
Sorry about that. Speaking of my nephew, that was him calling. He should know that I'm live. He should be watching. Watch my show. I'm important. As important as you. No. Oh, what's up
I got
next?
nothing.
What's up next? Past Eternal. Amazing Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Listen, you're never going to stop having your Amazing Spider-Man fans. They buy the book. They don't care who's writing it. They don't care who's drawing it. They just want it. This is actually a. Is it a one shot? It's a giant size one shot, I believe, or it's a couple issues. But it's the Amazing Spider-Man Chameleon. It's the Chameleon series.
You lost me already.
Yeah, well, and it's got his daughter in it, Teresa Parker.
Okay, see, that's another thing I haven't. The only really big superhero stuff I do for Marvel,
Oh, not his daughter, his sister,
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. Yeah,
And
it's
I'm
his
hoping
sister.
the new series is good. The TV series and the comic series.
Yeah, so I'm an old
Don't
man.
screw it up, Marvel.
I'm an old man. I got it wrong. It's not his daughter. It's his sister. That Nick Fury finds. He hears about the secret
He has a
birth.
sister now.
Yeah, secret birth, and Nick Fury trained her as a CIA agent. Yeah. So we can move on from that. I mean, I'm getting it because it's Spider-Man. It'll sell because it says Spider-Man on it. Shang-Chi. I'm bringing it in because the movie's coming up and the trailer looks
Yeah, it looks good.
badass.
It looks good.
Oh.
And I'm an old school master of kung fu. I love the old
Yeah.
original series
Yeah,
from
I
the
know you did.
70s and the 80s. I don't like this. I'm interested to see what they're going to do. The movie looks really good.
Do you have the whole run?
No, I've got a lot of them, but I don't have all.
Do you have the first appearance of Death Dealer? It's like
No.
115.
I have the first issue of it. It's like Marvel Premiere.
Oh,
It's
the
first-
magazine. Oh, that's big. one.
Well, no, whatever his first appearance was, I have the first appearance, and I have most
It's in a
of the
magazine.
issues.
His real first appearance is magazine, but there is a
Yeah.
Marvel preview that he's in the. Is it Presents?
It might be, but I've
It's one
always
of those.
I love Shang-Chi from the
Oh, I
back
know,
in the
I
old
remember.
days. Even like
Remember
the
when
old
we were kids?
remember the Deadly Hands of Kung Fu,
Kung
the
Fu?
black and white
Yeah.
magazines. Those I've been going through all the old ones. I love all the old black and white Marvel mags.
Yeah.
Kind of wish they'd has nothing to do with Marvel. It's Warrant Publishing, not Warren.
Yeah.
But they're doing stuff. They have a thing called Creeps that's like creepy and eerie.
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
have that,
I saw that.
and it's I've been reading the Vampirist one. It's pretty good. It's like the old school horror
Right.
stuff. But,
Listen, there's a lot of talent out there that's not getting work.
Yeah,
So
well, that's
there's
true.
room. There's room.
but
It's not a lot of room to make a lot of money, but there's
Yeah.
some room to make some money.
I mean, again, this is another series. Probably movies coming out, so
Yeah.
we got to throw out a series with
Yeah.
the character in it. And they've had to revamp
Captain
it a
America on the
lot.
cover, so I don't know how many times they've met in the past. I don't know if they've ever been on the cover together. All these things mean stuff now.
Yeah,
Like we never cared.
yeah, it didn't matter. It was like first appearance on the cover of Joe Schmo.
Schmo, yeah.
It's worth $200.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not in the book, but he's on the cover. Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, I'm still like I'm a guy. I like story and art. It was like
Yeah.
I don't really care if the thing's worth money. But you know, if it's worth money, great. I probably won't part with it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Depending on how much love I have for it, I won't part with
Yeah.
it. Right?
Well, I mean, you got a store. I just have a
Yeah.
closet full of crap.
I have to keep turning stuff, but I keep buying huge collections, so like stuff comes through the door all the time. So I'm waiting for some old stuff, man. I haven't got any old stuff in forever, and I used to get like, there used to be this guy that did house cleanouts. I used to get like
Just make
10
it
cent,
gold.
like 50s golden age stuff used to come through the door. He wouldn't have a lot of issues, and sometimes they'd be a little rat chewed, but I still take them. Still take them.
Yeah, they're good, you know, cheaper books
Yeah.
too, just for nostalgia, if
Yep.
nothing else. But you know, I've always liked Shang-Chi. I don't know what they've been doing with him recently because I like
They're making
the original.
him. They retconning him to the movie,
Yeah, which
right?
they're
Because
going to have to.
they got rid of
Because the original concept,
Fu Manchu,
he
they got
was-
rid of him.
yeah, because it was like they don't own the rights to Fu Manchu. Fu Manchu
well, that
is
he's
an
very
old.
racist.
He's an old. Well, yeah, too, because it's from like the 30s. It's
Yeah.
the pulp thing, you
Yeah.
know, and all the Japanese kind. Oh, we kill you right now, you know, like it's really, really racist
Bad,
and
yeah.
stereotypical. But
And I think
you
it's
know-
even yellow colored on the comics.
oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
So
It's like it was a different time back then.
Right.
But you know, like this is another thing I would give a chance because he's like a character that's kind of like maybe like the B level Marvel, maybe even C level, like kind of like Moon Knight, who I always thought was B level, but one of my favorites. So
Yeah,
that,
I don't know.
again,
I
would
think
give a shot.
depending on how well they do this show, might catapult him into the A level.
Well,
Moon Knight.
as long as they do him justice.
They got to just do him justice.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
All right, what do we got after Shang-Chi? We're to the S's, though. So, Dr. Aphra, Star Wars, Dr. Aphra. I have one guy that collects this. I bring it in every time. He says it's a good read.
That's like we were talking about it before we started filming. Is I don't read a lot of Marvel books currently, but the Star Wars stuff has been really great as a fan because I'm a big Star Wars fan. Not the last three, we won't talk about those. But yeah, and Dr. Aphra's it's an original character that was created in the comics that I was reading. They're gonna bring her in to either one of the animated shows,
Yeah.
or
Oh,
they're gonna
yeah.
give her
It's
like,
just a matter of time.
Yeah.
She'll get her own show.
Yeah,
She could carry it. She's
but it's a great because she's kind of like that gray area. She's not really a good guy, but she's not really like a complete villain either. It's a very interesting character, and she has a lot of. I mean,
and her profession
around,
as being the archaeologist lends to all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so she's if Han Solo and Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Yeah, it's both
Same-
Harrison Ford.
same
But
guy,
yeah, it was like it's kind of got that vibe to it. It was
Yeah.
like there's a little of that archaeology adventure, and you know, it's set in the Star Wars universe.
Right.
It's set around the time of the Empire, so she has interaction with Darth Vader and Luke and Leia. You know, she has interaction with the other
Yep.
ones, but she has her own story.
I think they
and-
were trying to give Rey that in the first movie is like that she was a scavenger and then she
Yeah.
was getting stuff and then reselling it and stuff.
But the first one, I'm okay with. The other two,
Yeah, but Rogue One was good.
Oh yeah.
Really
That I
great.
like. I thought that was great. I'm looking forward to the other series, the Ahsoka miniseries, and that's a Boba Fett.
Yeah, Bad Batch has been great.
Yeah, I mean, like as far as like their TV series, they've been great, and like the Star Wars comics, if you're a fan, they're definitely worth picking up.
Yeah,
They're really, really good.
the biggest thing on the Star Wars with the Bad Batch is just the chemistry, the characters.
Oh yeah.
Like they're animated and like they have such a real feel. Like, you know, the guy's like the big tough guy's dumb. Like
Yeah.
it's just great. It's just really good. It's simple. You know,
Yeah.
they didn't overdo it.
It's a good action, you know, little bit of action every
Yeah.
week, and there is, you know, there. What I like about it is because it takes place right after Order 66, where you kill the Jedi.
Yep.
So you kind of see the transition from the Republic to the Empire and what's going on there, which is it's interesting because they never
I
really
think that's
show that.
really a place to fill that. There's a lot of room to fill that.
Oh, yeah.
Not just with Bad Batch. You could put a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, which I hope they expand on because
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty cool, like the whole Rise of the Empire, Darth Vader.
Do you know
all
what
that.
her power is? Like I can't figure out. Like they all have something. She is genetically altered, but we don't know what it is that she
Oh.
can do.
Yeah, I don't know. Guess we'll find out.
And we also don't know if she has the same chip.
Well, yeah, that's
Plenty
the
of
whole,
spoiler alerts, by the way.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of mystery about her. What's her name? Omega.
Omega.
Yeah, it was like there's a lot of.
And
plus
like that
she's
name
the only,
alone.
Well, but plus she's the only female clone, so
Yeah.
there has to be something special about her. But yeah, you know what? Usually when I'm watching a show, I don't want to find out. I hate spoilers. You know,
Right.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
I would rather watch the show and be like, "Whoa!"
I just
yeah,
thought I
yeah,
might have missed
I
it,
already read that.
or maybe
Oh no, they haven't explained
haven't
it.
explained it yet. All right. Well, let's move on as we digress
Yes.
completely.
Well, it's still Star Wars.
Woo!
We're going off on tangents. Remember, it's comics
High
for
Republic.
old men.
Yeah, the High Republic. We were talking about this before too. This is
Okay, so
the
this has
Marvel
nothing
version.
to do with marijuana in the Star Wars universe.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not yet. Anyway,
Yeah, well, things could change. Yeah.
it could change. It could only make it better.
Now, this, as I was raving about the Star Wars stuff from Marvel, I have not read this. So
Right.
I-
First trade is out on this. I think after this issue, trade number 1 is going to be solicited when the week after this hits. So 3 weeks after this hits will be the trade paperback of the 1 through 6. It's been good from I read number 1. I'm on the same camp. There's a lot of other YouTubers that are in the camp that the IDW series is better. I'd have to lean to that series. I think I'm on board there. Not that this is not good. I just think that the IDW series is better. It's just the way I feel. But we bring it in because people are all over it. Star Wars. It's another one of those properties. We've talked about it several times on my show. I'm going to come up with a catchphrase for that kind of property. It's like The Walking Dead. It's like Power Rangers. You know, I bring them in, they don't sell, and then somebody walks in the door and buys 10 issues. They're not regular comic book buyers. They just want, like I do that with Firefly too. Maybe we'll just call that I don't know. I'm going to figure out something that's a cool catchphrase for the comics that get bought like that, like by non-comic book collectors. That's too long of a name.
We'll figure something out.
Well, we're going to do research. Going to put the brain trust together.
Gonna have a focus group.
Focus group. Yeah, we're going to try a couple of names out. All right, what's after High Republic?
Oh,
This
more
is
Star Wars.
Yeah, this is their Pride cover. So this is one of the
Oh.
other variants that we'd be getting for it. As long as it's not in a 1 in 10, and I don't think it is. It's a Garen. Garen is a great artist. It's pretty cool. I'm not familiar with this character.
No, I'm
But,
not either. I haven't
You know, it's a
read
cover buy. It's really
Yeah.
cool looking. So yeah, that's just a cover B. We'll move. It's the Pride variant, not the cover B. Move on from there. The Marvels. I've kept up with this. This is a weird book. It doesn't sell off the stand. It sells off my back, out of my back bin. I don't know why, but people ask for it after I sell out of it, and that's how I know I'm out of it. So I've upped my numbers on this a little bit.
There's another one I'm not familiar with.
Yeah,
I mean, the
it's-
original series,
Yeah,
but that's really about it.
it's another really good art. It's Kurt Busiek,
Yeah, the
right?
writer.
Astro
yeah.
City and
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
solid writer.
solid guy. He also did he write Paradise X? Was that him and Alex Ross coming over from Astro City? I think maybe.
It was either him or Mark Wade. I'm not sure which.
Oh, it's Wade.
I don't know. Is it
It's
Wade?
Mark Wade. It's Mark Wade.
I'm not
We
sure.
got a few comments here.
Sure.
DLM Films 1, You Are the Man, Emmett. I want the new X-Men series. Lost in Comics, what's up, Emmett?
Oh, that's Chris. Hey, Chris, how you doing, brother? Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, we're taking a page out of your book there. You're out on Thursday nights. We're going to be out on Monday nights. We love your show. We're subscribers there. They do a good show there. We're going to be more focused on what a comic shop does. That's all. It's just going to be different. We do still collect. Ken's a big collector, but you know, we're focusing on what the comic shop buys and why we buy it, and if you want to get it, how to get it. I think that's one of the most important things, is that a lot of people don't know how to get comics. People what wanted Batman Zero Point lost their mind. They're calling me the day it comes out. Oh, do you have it? What do you think? It's like I print it here? It's I got 100 copies because I knew that this was going to be the hottest thing since sliced bread. Actually, since Betty White. She's older.
Oh, is she hot though?
She was.
Oh,
She
wow.
was.
She's one of those people who I always remember her being old.
Old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's funny.
Yeah. So if you want to go
I
to
don't know about
Google,
hot
if you want to go to Google, see hot photos of Betty White.
or not.
Check it out. What's next after Marvels? Yeah.
Is that called a guild?
Yeah.
Couple more comments.
Sure.
Lost Comics, awesome, I'm in. DLM Films, wow. He doesn't know me? David Lee Madison?
Yeah, I think that's. Is that? I think that might be Dan. Is that Dan?
DLM.
I don't think that's Dave's. Maybe Dave's film thing. I don't know him under that term. Yeah.
Tied up.
I feel bad now. I do. I know you. I am not that old. I still know all my friends.
Hello, ...
But like people's handles, I can't keep those handles in my head unless it's like your name or something I've been using a lot. I can't remember those handles.
Oh, that's better than me. I can't even remember people's names.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know who you are.
How you doing?
If you pull up the YouTube page on your phone,
Sure.
you can keep track of the comments there so I don't have to interrupt.
There we go. That's a good idea.
You can interrupt.
You can interrupt. We're free flowing, live. All right. Let's see here. There we go.
While he's on his phone, I'm going to juggle.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's probably Dave. Yes, that's Dave. Dave, guy.
He does know you.
Yes, yeah. I really didn't know that's what your company name was the DLM David Lee Madison Films. Obviously, I thought he said BLM for Black Lives Matter Films.
They have their own film company.
Yeah, so no, Dave.
It's on
Dave
fire.
actually put me in one of his films. He's one of the sweetest guys I have ever met. Great guy. If people don't know, we're going to be doing a film, and Dave actually volunteered to help us out if we want. I actually want Dave to play a part in the movie, but Dave has multiple movies out. He's got Mr. Hush out, and that's on multiple platforms. If you have any streaming, just type in Mr. Hush. I'm sure you can find it. The movie I was in was Wit's End. He's also got a great documentary called Middle Village, and he's got a new Wolfman movie coming out soon.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe he'll help me out and give me the name. Yeah, it's Moonlight. I can't remember the name because I haven't seen the poster. He hasn't had the poster yet, but I know he's working on it. But like, this is a guy who makes movies like we buy comic books. He's a really talented guy. Full Moon Fever. So keep an eye out for that. Also go over to his channel, Technical Defects. So I gave him a shout out last week because it is a great show. If you love pop culture, you got to go see The End of the Night is their show. It's David Madison, Joe Ridley, and Scott Schiaffo from Clerks. They do a great job. They bring in amazing guests. Like you're going to be blown away. You go there, you check it out. You're going to be like, I can't believe you got this guy. I can't believe you got like crazy guests. Got the guy from Flash, Gordon.
Flash Gordon?
Yeah.
Oh, Sam Jones?
Sam Jones.
To me! Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to party with Sam Jones.
So do we.
Like they did in Ted.
And we just popped it up on the screen. So Chris there from Lost in Comics, he also has a show. Give him a shout out. Lost in Comics is a great show. Oscar and Chris put that on every Thursday night live. Probably part of the reason why I decided to go to a live show because their show, ours is not as good because they've been doing it. No, I'm just not as good as Chris. But yeah, so Lost N Comics YouTube channel. They also do a lot of reviews during the week. There's tape stuff too, but they do this great live show every Thursday, so you should check that out. Absolutely. Thanks for stopping in, Dave. I really appreciate it. Now, are we on Marvel? The Marvels, right, was the last one?
Yeah, Marvels was the last one.
What's after the Marvels? Oh, this is the United States Captain America #1. This is, every state has their own Captain America now.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to get to go around the country. I guess it's going to be 50 issues.
Oh, really?
I don't know how they're going to do 50. It says 1 through 5, so I don't know how they're going to do 50 Captain Americas in 5 issues, but
10 per issue.
10 per issue, I guess.
Math.
So yeah, this is this I'm trying it out. I'll see if nobody ordered it. If we can go to the B cover. Excuse me. This is this character was on the cover. This is a design variant cover. He's also on the Pride that was on FOC last week, so I think that actually will be his first cover appearance. I know we said we wouldn't get into this stuff, but yeah.
Well, it's something to note.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that are interested in this. And if you don't want to miss out, if you're one of those people that don't want to miss out, you don't want to FOMO it and have to pay $10 for it.
Yeah.
Order it and get it new. And then, like, if the story's not that good, you don't get number 2.
Yeah.
But then you have the cover that you wanted. That's all. But it's interesting. This is, I guess, at LBGTQ. I think that's all the letters. Like, there may be they added a letter at the end. If I'm missing it, I'm old and I'm not part of the generation that knows. I apologize. So, what's the next? What do we got next? X Factor. This is up to issue 10. I don't have that many people subscribing to it. I don't get a lot of issues in, but it's an X book. Something could happen. Any issue, a new character,
that's
a new
true.
villain, something happens. You gotta bring it in. Right?
I like the relaunch that Jonathan Hickman did. Like,
yeah,
he made it like
fast though.
Yeah, well, that was the thing I was gonna say. It was like I thought it was cool beginning because I hadn't read X-Men in years, and I didn't need to. It was like I read the first issue, and I was like, I didn't feel lost. And it was like, whoa, it's an interesting idea, but I feel like it did peter out, and then they brought all these books, and then this happens here, this happens there. And
I don't think he's controlling the other writers like they kind of wanted him to. I think they kind of really wanted him to project manage this and kind of be the lead editor for not only write the main X-Men book, but be the lead editor for the rest.
Well, you know how I feel about crossovers. I hate them. If I don't buy the book normally, don't force me to buy the book.
The funny thing is please go back to an earlier video when Ken talks about one of the only Marvel crossovers he likes.
There are a few that are good, but it's been a long time, and now it's like...
Ken was like a Swami, though. He was like, the Annihilation.
That's the best thing they've ever done, still. That's in
my
opinion. I
love
love
Annihilation books blew up. Like, had they bought... Everybody went out and went, hey, I should get that. Ken
Did
said,
they really?
read it. Oh, yeah, they went They're outrageous.
They went up at least 25 cents a piece.
Oh, no, way more. It's got a lot of Thanos stuff in it. They have a lot of...
Yeah, it's good stuff. And I felt like if you bought, like, the side books, you actually... Like, there was a reason to buy them. Like, it did fill in a part of the story. It wasn't where you bought it. And the only thing it has to do with the other story is it has the little thing on the top that says it's a tie-in, which is not really a tie-in.
Right.
Especially now at $4 or $5 a pop for books. Don't make me buy stuff I don't want to buy, because I'm not going to buy any of them.
Or that doesn't forward the story.
Yeah, that's
right.
it.
We know it's affecting those other characters. Like if it's a worldwide event, it definitely affects them.
Yeah.
If what they do in their book doesn't move the story forward, it's not a tie-in.
Yeah, then it shouldn't be there.
Right.
But, I mean, like you said though, I mean, X-Men is kind of like you're saying with Spider-Man, is it has its core fan base that will always buy the X-Men stuff.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's okay if that's what you like. I mean, I love the classic X-Men, but they, after years, they kind of, like, anything. Like, that's a problem with ongoing comics, is how do you keep it fresh from year to year, decade to decade, and stuff like that. That's the real challenge.
Yeah. Chris says he's been looking for a new Cap story for a while. Yeah, it would be great if they bring back Brubaker.
Yeah, he did some of the best stuff.
So, people are hating on Bendis right now. Bendis has run out of stuff. I'm telling you, don't sleep on Bendis' stuff, right? Because nobody liked Miles Morales when he came back out either. People can lie on it all they want. I have a buddy that had, when he bought comic shops out, because he buys comic shops out, every long box had 10, 15 issues of that first appearance of Miles Morales. It did not sell well. They printed a lot got ordered.
Until the movie.
Right.
Yeah, the movie's what blew him up.
Well, when they redid him a couple of times in the comics, and they started talking about him getting into the movies, that's when people started coming around, and then, Bendis was a genius. Let me tell you, this Superman stuff that he's gotten a bad name for, give that a few years. he writes in a style that's very easily adapted
Yeah,
to television.
it's more
To movies.
It's definitely more cinematic.
It's
his
way more
style.
cinematic.
and it's a lot. He's one of those guys that does that expanded storyline,
Right.
which sometimes it's great, and other times it feels like it's dragged on.
It's
way,
dr- it's
what they
gone
call
on too long.
decompressed storyline.
Right.
Sometimes it's too decompressed. You know,
Right.
squash it down a little bit. But
Yeah.
I mean, I like Bendis has always been hit or miss with me. Like, it was like it seems like either guys really like him or they hate everything he does.
hate-
And I
hate
like
him.
that's the thing. You don't like the guy, don't buy his books. I was like,
Right.
I don't know why you have to trash him. I was like, I think he's a really good writer.
He's been in the business a while.
Yeah,
been
and
in
he's
a-
done some great stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it was like whatever. There,
Yeah.
the peaks and valleys with. I haven't read any of the Superman stuff. I'm not a Superman guy, but
Me either. That's the other thing. Is like I'm not so mad because people are like,
Yeah, I don't
"That's
read
'cause
the
you
books
don't-
anyway,
You
so
don't like
it's like, yeah."
Superman. I'm like, I'm a DC guy, but Superman never did it for me.
Yeah.
Sorry. What do we got after X Factor? Again, way off on a tangent.
this is what we do.
This is the other one of the other variants that I'm thinking about getting. This is another Pride book.
With,
But
with
it's
North
a Jimenez.
Star, right?
Yeah, it's North has Star on. I mean, Jimenez, like his proportion, like he
Yeah.
just spot on. But it kind of really isn't doing anything. It's kind of just a pose. I'm up in the air. I have till midnight, so I'm up in the air on this. So what do we got after that? Basilix, number 2. Number 1, second printing. Sorry, not number 2. Number 2 was
Another
last week.
Colin Bunn book.
Another Colin Bunn book. This is very. When I heard like it's been very popular. There's a lot of people after this book.
Yeah, they've been saying it's good. It's another one I haven't had a chance to read yet.
It's kind of a lot like some of the other books that are out already.
Really? Oh, similar.
Like it's very similar. I don't know how closely derivative. Being that it's Cullen Bunn, I don't think it's probably closely derivative. But
Yeah.
like how they get their powers and what their powers are is kind of
Mhm.
like they each get a sense. There's 5 of them. They each have like one,
Oh,
like their height and power from
supervision or whatever.
yeah from one of the senses.
Hmm.
But if you read how they get them, it's which book is it like? It's like one of the other very popular books out right now. I can't remember which one, but yeah. So Basilic, I'm bringing in the second print because I had people that I didn't order enough because nobody knew it was going to be great. So bringing them in so people have it to read. Power Rangers Unlimited. We talked about this. This is the term we're trying to come up with. This is the number 1. It's a $7.99 book, so I'm not getting a ton of them. But yeah, these are the books that I just put them in my back bin and they sell when Power Ranger fans come in. They're like, oh yeah, Power Rangers had a comic book. Do you have them? Yeah, they're in the back bin. All right, then they buy all the ones I have left. So yeah, this just has 2 covers. I'm getting some of both. We'll show the second cover now. We're too old for Power Rangers fandom.
Yeah, that was way after my time.
My kid's
yeah.
30. If you're 30 years old, you were a Power Ranger fan. If you liked any of that
Yeah, my
Asian
thing
TV.
as a kid was Voltron.
Voltron.
That's our era of like.
Yeah, like
That's
Captain Harlock. I wanted to be
Oh
Captain
yeah,
Harlock.
yeah. The
Yeah.
remake is good. Have you seen
I
the
haven't.
CG?
I'm
That's
going to
good.
watch it
Yeah,
though. I'm going to
it's-
sit down and watch it.
It's really good.
But yeah,
Off
so
on a
that's that.
tangent again.
Yeah, Barbaric. Now this I'm getting all 3 covers because I think all 3 covers are cool. I'm not getting a lot of them.
This is definitely one I'm picking up. Though.
Yeah, this is a good. This is Morcia.
I don't know. How
You've read stuff. I don't know how to pronounce it, but you've read stuff by him before. Michael Morse. He's wrote Marvel a bunch.
It just looks like a really good book.
Yeah, off the top of my head, I can't remember the. Look at the hatchet that has a face.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's so cool.
That's why, like, I didn't even know who wrote it or anything. I saw the actually that was the cover that I had
Right.
seen, and I was like, yeah, I'll probably.
You know
pick
who
this
that
book
kind of rips off Geronimo.
up. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, from his book. It has like all the crossed swords on the red background, on the blood
Yeah.
red background, and the black. But let's not say rip off. Let's say homage. This is another This is a homage to the
the
'70s
original-
Conan
yeah,
stuff.
the Conan #1.
Yeah. Can you center that middle cover with the barbaric one from the red and black, just so we could see that in the middle? Everybody can get a good look at that.
Because it looks like the artist for that variant, he kind of did. It looks a lot like Barry Windsor Smith because that's
Yeah.
he did the original
Yeah.
cover.
This is Josh Hickman.
Not this cover. I mean
Hinson.
the
The other one.
the other
yeah,
one.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah, look at
the
that. A
homage cover.
screaming
that's a
battle axe. Oh. Sells the book.
that's what I mean. Like that.
Like
That's
you
what
could
got me
open,
interested.
the inside
It
could
was
be
like,
empty.
All right,
You're
it
like,
says
oh, all
barbaric
right.
and it has a giant bloody axe with a face on it. All right, I'll buy it.
It's from Vault. Vault's doing some cool things. I like what they're doing in their previews guide. It's pretty cool. So, yep, that's barbaric, and we recommend it because I'm going to be reading it. All right, this is Goat Man and Man Goat and Bunny Man.
Okay.
Right, it's up to issue 3.
Man, go to but like.
I have not sold any, but I refuse to not buy it.
Do you have the first 2 issues?
I have the first 2 issues.
I'm going to
of
buy
Man
them just
Goat
on the strength of the title alone.
Oh,
Because
wait
anything
till-
called Man Goat and Bunny Man has to be good.
Wait till you see. Wait till you see the B covers. All right.
I mean, I have even like I really feel bad. I've never heard of this, and
Yeah.
it was like this looks like
Wait
it would
till you
be
see
great.
this. Wait till you see this B cover. It is
Wow,
so awesome. So Goatman
Yeah.
looks like he may have had his head
Yeah, he had a
cut
bad
off.
day.
Or his throat slit.
I was about to.
Great art, man. Just
Yeah.
amazing. You know.
Now this is something I really would
This
like
is
to
a
read.
Zenoscope. I don't buy a lot of Zenoscope because it's pretty much pinup books.
Yeah.
Usually all female characters, and I don't really have a clientele for that. But this had just like the silliness of Man Goat, and Bunny Man.
Yeah, it looks like it would be a fun read.
It looks like it. Yeah, it was. I like I said, nobody bought it, but
I'm gonna
I'm
buy
still
it.
buying in the third. I'm still bringing in the 3rd issue. So yeah, we can move on from that. I think we're getting to get
I'm
into
gonna buy
the-
this. I'll let you know what I think the next time.
Yeah, absolutely. We live 4th printing. This book has like
Aftershock. book.
fire stuff behind it. It's like supposedly optioned and in the fast lane and blah blah blah. It was okay. A lot of people who read it really liked it. I'm fine with that. I never hate on books people like. I pretty much have to buy books that people sell that I can sell to, unless I get a copy for myself. This story was okay for me. It was kind of cool, but I didn't continue. I didn't read issue 2 or whatever. But 4th print, like this whole like the later printings get more and more value, and
Yeah, different covers.
people come to me all the time. They go, "Do you have any of this left?" I'm like, "Dude, it's on 3rd and 4th printing. If I had any left, they'd be on eBay, right?"
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, but I'm bringing it in because there's some people that still want to read it. Plus the 4th printings, there's less of them. So, this is really only a blue version of the original cover, though. So it's not even you're not even getting a new cover. So, sort of like what DC did for a while. But I think now we're into the pops. So I brought this one in. I don't know this property, the Boo Hollow. Not familiar. It's probably a little kid's something I'm just not hip enough to know.
Yeah, you got me.
Yeah, but female vampire carrying candelabra, sold.
Yeah, it looks good.
It's a
looking
cool
for
pop.
sure,
There's going to
yeah.
be somebody that wants this for Halloween, and then I think that's when I'm probably going to be getting these. So this is like a Halloween pop. What's the next one? So this is from the same thing, and it's a black cat, but it's a soft. It's a plush, right? So who doesn't want a black cat plush? You know, some goth girl is going to walk in here
Sure.
looking for manga and buy the plush black cat.
Yes, my wife would love the plush cat.
What do we got next?
buying it for you.
So Maleficent, of
Yeah,
course,
there you
like
go.
you know, she every version of her that I can get, I can sell.
Yeah.
So it's $5.99. It's a small plush. That's gonna go right out the door. It's a 4-inch plush.
I saw they're making Funko's making Mandy pops. The Nicolas
Yeah,
Cage
that's
movie.
that's coming up. Yeah, that's coming up.
Oh.
What do we got next? I think we have a few of the characters from that. So the Queen Grimhild, that's from Sleeping Beauty, right? I think. Yeah. And then I got the Queen of Hearts is next. So these are all 4 inch plushes. You know, there's a lot of Disney fans, and the villains have been pulling a lot. The one villain I can't sell is the one I didn't buy is Ursula. They also had an Ursula one, but nobody ever wants to buy that. So
That's the Little Mermaid
the
one.
Little Mermaid one.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're fat shaming or
I,
what it is.
I was
but
thinking that, but I wasn't going to say it. I'm glad you said
I
it.
can't sell it. I have the giant one,
Yeah.
and I can't sell. So what's the next one? Oh, so then this is the Evil Queen on a throne. So I said that'll definitely sell.
Oh, yeah, Snow White.
Super cool. Oh, yeah, the Evil Queen on the throne. It's awesome. What do we got after that? Cruella de Vil. I think there's a Dalmatian, like a tiny Dalmatian in it, in the bag next to her, or is that her car? It's supposed to be maybe her car. But after the movie came out, I think there's going to be a lot more fans of Cruella. So, I mean, not that she didn't have a lot of fans. This is the old version, though. I wish they had the new version in the red dress before she changes over. Just a very cool change. I think the movie looks really cool. So what do we got? So then another one. Another version of Maleficent. This one's a pop instead of a plush. That'll sell right out the door. Then again, this is pop instead of plush. These are all stuff we're going to be getting in. We'll move on. Oh, now we got DC has a nice run of these are Sugar Skulls, Morte, Las Morte, Day of the Dead.
Yeah, Day of the Dead.
Yeah. So they have the whole. I got all of them. So because they have Bane, then Batman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So these are pretty cool. I
That's
like them.
cool.
Like if you're collecting Batmans, you got to have this one, right? And then I think I got the whole series. Yeah, this is the Blue Beetle. I think that one's going to be the slowest sale, but like at some point he's coming to the movies,
That's
and then
an odd one, yeah.
that'll pop. Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn, yeah. Well,
Everything is she's.
everything
make
is
it
Harley
herself.
Quinn.
Yeah. I just thought this is the new excuse me. This is the new Green Lantern character. She's not that new. Jessica Cruz. 2011, I think. It's when she's been around since. But I liked that like they did the power thing as her eye. I thought it looked really cool. So I picked that up too. And then Joker, of course, everything Joker sells. Elvira, Halloween's coming up. I've got to have to get the Elvira pop. And then I wish they had done the black dress though. But then Vincent Price.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Vincent Price,
they're doing Vincent Price.
That's cool.
I did an interview with, I was on a podcast last week with the writer of the Elvira meets Vincent Price, David Alavoloni. He's a really cool guy. They do a show called Comic Tropes. It's called Writer's Block, but it's on, not Comic Tropes, it's on Comic Core. They're on their thing, but they do a very good show. All about writing comics and stuff. This is really cool. This is a jumbo. This is Maleficent's dragon. This is probably the size of the Galactus pop or the Shenju.
Pretty big.
Yeah, it's big. It's big. Yeah, we're gonna get a little help. Oh, your headset's gonna fall off.
Props.
So yeah, it's $40, but it's gonna be.
It's rather large. Yeah.
It's gonna be this
about that
big.
size.
Right. Oh, that's my head. Its head as big as my head.
Yeah. He's almost life size.
Yeah, almost.
Devourer of
except
worlds.
for his legs. Yeah.
I like the Silver Surfer. I think that's
The little
cool.
Silver Surfer
I
in his
think
hands.
it's
Yeah, this is
cool.
cool. I only have one available, so if you're looking for this and can't find it, I have one. Only one, though. All right, so, yeah, then, of course, the Gremlins. They're wearing 3D glasses like they're at the movies.
Yeah, that's cool.
And he has like a
It's
soda.
stripe.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. But there's lots of Gremlin fans, so I picked it up. And then the next one is, of course, Gizmo.
Yeah, you have to have one. Can't have one without the other.
Without the other, there's more Gizmo fans probably, but like all the horror fans will pick up the other one.
Probably.
And then, of course, Ash.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Then if you can click the picture at the bottom, which is there's a variant, which is
the
a
bloody
bloody one, which I hope I get. I ordered 2, so just to give me a better chance of getting the bloody one. But there's a chase out there. You know, there's no.
That's cool,
I
yeah.
can't order the chase. I can just order and hope to get the chase, right? So.
Why is it not on his hand? Why is it only holding?
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. It was that before he got his hand cut off? I guess it should be on his hand.
it should be on his hand.
And no boomstick. Where's
Yeah.
his boomstick?
Not like that would be cool sticking out the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Michael Myers, of course. You know, I have a lot of horror fans coming in the shop who are not into comics, but they're always looking for something horror to buy.
Yeah.
Always, always, always.
I'm surprised they haven't made Michael Myers before. That's kind of cool.
They have made Michael Myers before.
Yeah.
They have another one I'm not getting because it's not really exciting. They have a Michael Myers the same size as the Galactus,
Uh-huh.
but it's just instead of holding it like the knife like that, he has it in the stab position.
So it's pretty much the same figure. They just made it
Yeah,
bigger.
just made it the 24-inch. So I decided not to get it. If anybody wants it, you got till midnight to tell me. Okay, and then of course Leatherface. You gotta get the Leatherface. You know, they don't make a lot of his stuff in Pops, so I think this may be the second time Leatherface was available.
Oh, that's cool. Well,
Yeah.
that all goes. Their horror line has some interesting stuff.
Yep. Yeah.
Pinhead and that kind of thing. Squirming a little bit.
They Live?
Oh, They Live. Now this is another one that I saw. Like I love that movie.
I love this movie.
I'm a huge
How this
John
didn't
Carpenter fan.
how this didn't make
It should be re-released now.
yes.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
How it
it's
didn't make Roddy Piper a superstar in movies, I don't know.
That has one of the most ridiculous fight scenes of him and Keith David in there. It's really
It's
good.
funny.
It's a great movie, and I would buy the pop.
Yeah, and I think it has a chase also. If you click down at the bottom, the other face, one is blue and one I guess is gray. Just for like when it was on the television,
Yeah.
and the television went black and white.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's the They Live pop, and then I think, I don't know this series either.
La Llorona. She's a Mexican myth, but there's a movie. I think it's in the Conjuring universe, and also I think Shudder has one as well.
Awesome. But I got it because it's creepy as hell, and the horror fans will love it.
Yeah,
So-
it is definitely creepy looking.
And I'm selling so many pops now that I have to start buying a lot more. I used to only buy like 1 or 2 a week. And there's a chase variant. So with her
Well, that
veil
was-
up.
Yeah, that one's just as creepy too.
Yeah.
Those are very cool. I'm not familiar with the character, but it definitely looks good.
Yeah, the myth is actually, I think she drowned her children in a river, and she haunts that river trying to look for her children, and any kids who go near there get drowned by her.
Huh.
Oh, cool. Drowning little kids. I'm down.
All right, family friendly. That's the Mandy Pops. Yeah.
Yes, here it is. They only have the one.
Oh, it's only
No, they have the female, but I wasn't getting it because she's very boring.
Oh,
And I'm like, I
Mandy.
don't know if there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Wasn't familiar with it at all.
No, you haven't seen it.
No.
Oh, well, it's basically a violent acid trip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a good.
It's
I mean,
a recommend.
I would recommend you watch it.
All right.
I'll even loan it to you. I have it on Blu-ray. I love
Awesome.
It's strange, but it totally fits Nicolas Cage.
Cage, really?
Like he does Nick Cage the way you want. You know, crazy. It's crazy Nick Cage. you
Crazy
know?
Nick
Like,
Cage.
So Nick
and
Cage-
he's got the Celtic Frost axe.
Is
you
that
know
the
what I
one
mean?
where he's supposed they make him clean the place?
No, that's
No.
a different movie.
That's a different horror
No.
movie that's coming. All right. Because he's badass in that too. Okay, so then here's the Halloween one. This is the larger one. I guess I am ordering it. No, because the other one doesn't have the blood splatter. This is the blood splatter
Blood
one.
splatter variant, okay.
Yeah, the blood. It's not a variant. You can buy it either way. And I'm like, the other one has nothing. It's just white with him holding it like that.
Mhm.
I'd rather have the one with the blood splatter. I think it adds a little something.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah. There he is.
I was
Roddy
gonna say,
Piper with
I
his
was
shotgun.
like, how can they come out with the alien and not have a Rowdy Roddy? You
And
know?
it's the bubble gum.
yeah. I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
And I'm
Yep.
all out of bubble gum. All rights reserved to They Live, and we haven't used that under fair use, copyright.
We can quote it.
blah.
Educational purposes.
Yeah, there you
There
go.
you go.
We're trying to learn you folks on good movies.
So this was just because it was a weird. Is this from the
It's from The Office.
The Office? This where he dresses up as the Incredibles, right? Or something like the Incredibles.
I never watched The Office.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
that's what
actually
it looks like.
it's actually pretty good. But I didn't see this episode. And then there's the Pumpkinhead one. Same thing. It's Dwight. And the reason I'm getting it is because 2 weeks ago somebody came in. They looked around. They're like, And I knew I had some Office Pops. They're like, "Do you have any Office Pops?" And I was like, "Yes." And we looked at every single one, and we had sold out.
Really?
And then there was somebody else looking for them, so I bought them. Yeah, you got to go by what the customers want, you know.
I guess they have a fan base for that.
They have a fan
That's
base. Yeah. And this is Daryl. There's always a Walking Dead. This is a new one where with a dog. And I don't know if the dog is in the show. It's definitely not in the comic.
I stopped watching it a long time ago.
Yeah. But
Well, he's still. It's good to see he's still alive.
yeah,
And hasn't washed his hair yet.
Yeah, Daryl sells, so he sells and sells. So this is the ones that come in the Coca-Cola can, or not? It's not a Coke can, but in the can, like a soda pop can. They
Oh,
call them
it's
soda
like
pops.
smaller plastic.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the Scooby-Doo Space Ghost.
Well, that's
Not
cool.
the Space Ghost, but a Space
A
Ghost.
ghost from outer space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not space ghost.
That's right. Yeah. So these have been selling really well. I don't have any left. I had them forever, and nobody was buying them.
I
And
bought the Aku. I have the little Aku
Yeah.
one from Samurai Jack.
That's when they started to sell. When you bought them, like after that, they
Wow, I'm a trendsetter, and I
You're,
didn't even
you are
know.
a trendsetter, sir. These are actually have the number of how many is made on the side of the
Oh.
can.
So there
they're
is more collectability.
way
to it.
more collectability. And then you can get because they're blind, you could get the variant and you don't know you're getting the variant. Right? You have to then open it though, so then it's not sealed.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. But I don't know. Displaying a can is not as fun as the figure.
The
but
figure, yeah.
So
I
buy
bought
two.
I
They're
bought a-
only $13. Buy two. Spend
bought
your
a
money.
couple of
Stimulate
these.
the economy.
I bought a couple of these. So it's this one, and then Ash again. And I think there is a variant cover. It's
well, at least
blood
he's got the
splatter.
boomstick, so that's
Got
good.
the boomstick this time. And then after Ash is Corpse Bride. There's a lot of fans for the Corpse Bride. And then there's a variant for her. Like all the can ones come with variants. So is there any more of those? Yeah. So
Frankenstein Jr.
Junior,
wow.
yeah. Nobody will really remember,
Yeah.
like unless you're my age.
Yeah, if you're old, if you're an old man, you'll appreciate it. Otherwise, you
Yeah,
probably
it
don't
comes in
know
a
what
high
it is.
gloss one. I want that one.
Wow,
Yeah, it's really cool, like
That
a
brings-
metallic color.
that brings me back though.
Yes,
Wow.
sir, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Frankenstein Jr.
and then of course Ghostbusters
Oh.
always sells, and then they have a slimed version, I think.
Thinking.
Yeah, and then you got Vampire Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse sells all day long, like just so many Disney fans. It's crazy. Sometimes that's the kind of stuff you put in the window, post people in the door.
Oh,
They're like, "Oh, you guys have Disney stuff?" I'm like, "Yeah, Disney still does make comics too." Oh, they still make comics. So this is the terrible FOC screen for Lunar that is doing DC. We're not. So how they do it is they only put 6 books up. You can click on it and it brings up a screen in the middle with some of the information. We're going to try and see how this works out. So Batman, what number is that? 110 is on FOC, but this is not for, this does not FOC tonight. FOC for DC happened on Saturday night or Sunday morning. I can't remember. I do mine so far in advance for DC now because of their new rules. I don't want to miss it. But yeah, so this is actually for 6/13. This has to be in by 6/13. So that's what this is. So this is, it's Jorge Jimenez cover. It's awesome. Batman's been really good under Tinian. So I'm bringing them in. We'll sell them. Right? We're going to sell them. And then they have Jock cover. Bringing that in. Because you never know when a Jock cover is going to just blow the hell up.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's
It's
good
great
too.
art. Yeah, this one doesn't have really anything super going for it like that one he did, that one Batman issue with the bats that make up the Joker's face.
Oh
That
yeah,
went insane.
that's a really.
It's like an $800 book.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it might be worth it to pick that up. Just pick this up just in case. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't do any
Very
of that
yeah,
things.
it's a simple design. but
I don't
it
get
still
the
looks
one.
Cool.
I don't get the 1 in 25s. We just don't have enough clientele. If anybody ever wants one, I'm more than willing to let them buy 25 issues to get this. I will give them this for free, but they have to buy 25 issues. This is Batman Brave and the Bold Bronze Age Omnibus. I'm not going to be bringing that in. I don't do omnibuses. If somebody ordered it, I would get it, but otherwise, we're not getting it. Batman Catwoman. I've had a lot of people been happy with this book. It looks like maybe
Tom
the
King's
Phantasm
not
is going to be in it. So, and then they
Yeah,
have a
be a good
Virgin.
one.
They have it's the same cover, just
Oh.
Virgin.
Yeah, it does look like the Phantasm.
Yep. And if you just hit the arrow on the end there, we'll go to the next ones. There's another. This is the C cover for Batman Catwoman.
With Travis Arrest.
Yeah. I'll be getting one of these because it's probably an easy sale to somebody who's in love with art. You know. Signal. I like this character a lot. I really do. I'm bringing it in. I haven't had any orders for it, but I think it's better than the next Batman. I think the character could have done they could have done a lot more with this character, and it maybe looks like that's what they're going to do. They're going to bring him back. Did you read from the New 52 the Signal,
No.
or when
I
they
haven't.
brought him back recently?
Nope.
Yeah,
When you start throwing all the superhero comics, that's when you lose me.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
Which is funny, we're doing a comic show, and it was like, I don't read a lot of superhero comics anymore.
yeah. He's the daytime hero, basically, is what they bill him as. Basically a Nightwing character. He sidekicked with Batman for a little while, not too long. To be honest, I forget who they have in the suit, who the actual character, who the person is, but I do enjoy the read for it. I like where they're going with that character. The Batman Adventure Continues is sort of like the cartoon.
Yeah.
Sort of
that's
like what they call TAS.
Oh yeah, the animated series. Yeah, it looks a little Bruce Timm. Ty Templeton. Okay, so he's he's very well. Paul Dini. So you do have Alan Burnett and Paul Dini are actually were two of the writers on the
show,
original show.
And they've done there's been some new characters and stuff in this, so I wouldn't sleep on it. I bring it in.
Well, that's where Harley Quinn started, so you never know.
You never know. This is Batman: The Adventures Continue Season 2. This is the cover B.
Yeah.
I won't be bringing that in. It's not anything exciting. Now the Urban Legends, they also have been doing some new characters and stuff in Urban Legends, so don't sleep on that book. But how many Batman books can you read? This guy has had some life.
Yeah, well,
I think there's 6 Batman books currently.
really.
Yeah.
That's usually how it goes.
It's
Batman,
way more than
Superman,
that if you
Spider-Man.
count like his sub characters, like the Signal, like Nightwing, like people. I'm gonna get angry mail. Nightwing is not a sub character of Batman. Pretty much Batman. Pretty much a younger version of Batman.
It's all Batman universe.
Yeah.
It's all his thing.
And I love this B cover. It's a Kirkman. It's Kirkham. Tyler Kirkham.
Tyler Kirkham.
Yeah,
It reminds me a little Simon Bisley.
Yep. Yeah, a little toned down.
Yeah.
If he was a little wilder,
Yeah,
it'd
not-
be Bisley, but like he's got that feel.
He's
You're
got
right.
the style for sure.
Yeah.
Which
Which I actually like this better. I don't like the berserk, out of control
Well,
Bisley.
it works. It works for this. You
Yeah.
know? Like if Bisley's doing some crazy heavy metal thing, his art works.
His
you know?
work, yeah, it works. When he
Stuff
did
he
Lobo,
did.
it worked.
Yeah, Lobo was good.
Slaying the Conqueror.
Yeah, it's Slain stuff.
Yeah.
We could spend a whole episode talking about British comics.
Yeah, yeah,
Which we probably should.
yeah. We'll go on for that. So this is This is the C cover. This is one of their new. Hey, we need to have a Peach Momoko artist.
Oh, it's a Peach Momoko. Oh.
No, this is Mini
yeah. Mimi
Yoon.
Okay. I like Peach Momoko's art.
I like Art Germ. I'm not a fan of Peach Momoko. See, you
like
can
some
you
of
can
the
be in
stuff.
both. Some when
Yeah.
she really puts it together, but
She-
then it
she did
looks
a
like there's
variant
a
for-
lot of mail-ins. There's a lot of
Yeah,
mail-ins.
she did a variant for one of the Tarna issues from Heavy Metal that was pretty good. She's done
Yeah.
some stuff for Vampirella that I like. It's subjective, I guess. But I like her style.
Yeah, that guy was very much. The last one was very much like Art
I
Germ.
like seeing more women artists come into the
Yeah,
field,
me too.
which is very
Me
cool
too.
Because they bring a different perspective and a style. And,
Absolutely, and different composition in the whole nine. So,
Yeah.
this is Black Cotton. I'll be getting this. I got a couple of people that read this. This is on Scout. Scout is also through Lunar. I usually buy them through Diamond. I don't think they've left Diamond yet, but that's the weird thing now. As a comic shop, I'm having to figure out where I am in transitions. I still have to finish all my paperwork for Marvel, moving to Penguin, so that I can buy from over there. But I don't want to overlap. I don't want to buy 2 sets of books,
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
But I also don't want to miss a week of books. So, you're left in the air there.
Yeah. That's rough.
So what's next after Black Cotton is Crime Syndicate. This is number 5 of 6. I've been getting it. I don't have anybody reading it, but I'm going to, the series is a lot easier to sell than some oddball books. So I'll be getting the 5 and 6. I'm not getting the B cover. It's pretty cool, but
Yeah.
I just don't have any interest in the book.
Francis Manifold is a great artist. But, yeah. Nobody's gonna buy it.
Right. Crush and Lobo, again, I've had very little interest in this book, but I am bringing it in. It is a short series. I'm only giving it to this one, though. Number 2, if there isn't any kind of heat on it, not heat, but like any kind of interest on it, I'm going to have to dump it. We're not a warehouse.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You can't move it.
Yeah. And then these are really cool. These were, I kind of mentioned this to you earlier. They're putting, remember when they put records in?
Oh, they're putting the floppy disks.
Yeah,
like
you remember
the
when Truman did that?
Scout, yeah.
Scout,
They had original blues songs.
Song in there, yeah. This is Dark Knight Metal. There's a whole album. This is a single. This is the Flexi single with, it's a trade paperback and a Flexi single. So that's kind of cool. Then they have it, Dark Knight's Metal
Now, is
number
it
2.
music? Or is it
Music.
It's like kind of like mood music?
Yeah,
but like,
yeah, they
oh,
did a whole
that's
album.
kinda
So the
cool.
last one, the omnibus has I don't know if it's really, you could call it an omnibus, but so the next one is number 3. Again, you get the single.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
And then the last one I think is this whole soundtrack comes with a double, and they're real albums that comes with an album cover and just a comic.
That's definitely
Double
like,
album.
That's something I would be interested in.
I just think it's going to be very collectible. I want to make sure I have them, so I'm ordering them.
I'd like to get one. I just want to listen to it.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure it's going to be like, Capullo loves fucking metal,
Yeah.
right? So
yeah, so it should be. It'd be interesting to see.
yeah. So
Sure,
like,
sounds
I don't
good.
know if he actually played on this because they've got the list of bands.
Who are you looking for?
If
Mark Roll, good
Greg
one.
Capullo played on it.
Well, I don't know. He's a musician.
There
too?
it is. Yeah.
Greg Puciato.
Oh no, that's not it. But it's a lot like his name. Maybe he switched it for the. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
his
No,
alias.
you can actually. He's on Instagram. He'll be playing the guitar on Instagram.
Oh,
You see
really?
him sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
When he's not drawing on Instagram, that guy's so good, man. So
Yeah.
good. And then, so I'm not getting this. It's just a poster book. Yeah, I love Jim Lee, but I don't know anybody wants a book full of posters. I'm not currently getting this. I had a lot of people for the Sandman series, and when COVID happened, that all dropped off.
Yeah. The only thing
Um,
I got from that Sandman Presents was the Lucifer series.
The Lucifer
which is
series?
pretty good.
They had a Hellblazer series later on. I don't know if it was any good though.
No, it was good. I always, like that's another Constantine's
Time, yeah,
one of
he's
my
one of my
favorite
favorites.
characters. So
Yeah.
it was a good book.
Give me occultists all day long.
Yeah.
Just give me books about occultists. This looked like a lot of fun, so I ordered this. Son of God Brutality. Looked very heavy metal. I bought both covers. This is from Black Caravan publisher. And they've done a bunch of stuff. They did that that space one that we liked a lot with all the saturated colors.
Oh,
And,
well, the
it was called Space something.
yeah, wow.
Can't
Old
remember
man,
what it
here
was.
we go again. We can't remember the name.
Yeah, but it was a cool book.
very Kirby-esque.
Yeah, with all those super saturated colors. And this is the other one where they got them chained up like that, and just reminds me of how I drew when I was a kid. Which I can appreciate that. Green Lantern, of course. This is the Far Sector version of the Green Lantern. She's been getting a lot of heat lately. I have a couple of people that read it, so that's why I'm bringing it in.
I've read some
I
of
don't
Grant
read it.
Morrison's run on Green Lantern, which I thought was good.
Yeah.
But I kind of lost track of it after a while.
I won't be getting this, even though it's a Brian Hitch, and I love Brian Hitch, but I just don't have any interest in it, and I don't need it for my collection. So, this is the trade paperback of the Hellblazer that we talked about. What I already said, I don't buy trade paperbacks unless somebody orders it, unless somebody keeps asking, like if something's killing the children, I've been bringing in that trade paperback. Ice Cream Man, like there's certain ones, yes. I know people are coming who don't read floppies that know about this book. When a television show like Sweet Tooth, I just ordered my Sweet Tooth trade paperbacks. I really didn't know if that show was going to be any good. It's so good, man.
I'll have to check that out.
Oh my God! If you're not watching Sweet Tooth, there's no, it's #1 on Netflix. People who are watching it have never read this comic. If you look at how many Sweet Tooth issues were printed, it's probably sub 10,000. Like, even though it was Jeff Lemire, it's such a weird premise, and like
It flew under the radar. For the most
flew
part.
way under the radar. It was during a period. It was before the big boom of comics, not where everybody's trying to find
Yeah.
like all these obscure things. Yeah, I hope that they announce that there's a second season before I start worrying.
This run of Hellblazer, though, is definitely worth checking out. If you like Hellblazer, Peter Milligan does a great job with the character.
Yeah.
And I've always liked it better when they actually have British guys writing it.
Right.
Because
Because they know the little pieces.
Well, yeah, you do. You need the language inflections, the slang and stuff like that. You need a British guy to write it. And
Yeah.
Milligan's a great writer. He writes a lot of weird stuff, and it has a great occult bent to it. And you got Simon Bisley doing a lot of the covers and the interior in it too, which is a plus.
Yeah.
It's a little like his art's a little weird for Hellblazer, but it definitely works.
Oh my God, we're gonna have to put it into overdrive. It's 8:30. I gotta work tonight. I can't believe it's an hour and a half. This was really good. I got plenty of floppies left, so I won't be getting the hardcover in. I don't have any hardcover buyers. Is there anything to say about Justice League? Yes, I have customers for Justice League. It's $1. It's introducing the United. It's going to be new characters. So I'm going to get a bunch of those. This is Justice League 64. This is the B cover, and I'll probably get one or two of those in maybe. Justice League Infinity. Again, I think this is going to have that TV animated feel to it, and we might get some of the stuff that's happening on the CW in this book.
Interesting.
And then the B cover, of course, it's Scott Hepburn. Sorry about the hiccups. Locust, this is a reprint, second printing. Locust 2 is being out at the same time. I did not read this book. I didn't get #1 in. I really haven't heard a lot about it, so I'm up in the air whether getting #2 or not. Lunar Ladies, I have not gotten any orders for this. I'll probably pick up one of the covers I like the best as like a test to see if anybody likes it.
Yeah, sure.
So I think this has 2 or 3 covers. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. And that's it. Now we can move over to Murder Hobo. They keep bringing these out. I keep buying them because somebody thinks it's funny and they buy it. So we'll get one of this cover and one of the other cover. It's pretty cool. And then, yeah, we're up to Batman, next Batman, Second Son, this thing. Thank God it's ending.
Wasn't good.
No.
Yeah.
It really could have been 2 issues.
Oh.
It's drawn out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with the character. I don't have a problem with his background. I don't have any problem. Write me a good story. I don't care
Just
who the
wasn't
person.
interesting.
Just wasn't. It wasn't interesting. And like, if this is the guy you're gonna, I like Signal better. Like, it would be cool that if he donned the Batman. Batman's out of. He's already doing the daytime, so he's basically Batman during the day.
Yeah.
So he could, if the nighttime, like Batman can't fulfill it, like you could have him easily pick up the mantle. This is, I hate this cover.
it looks a little amateurish, really.
Yeah. The, yeah. So we won't be getting that, but good job getting work.
Oh, this is what we were talking about.
Yeah, this is
before.
number 2. With and I'm gonna probably go up higher on this, like 5 or more for this one. The sad thing is where is DC with here's your second print of number 1? Not enough copies were printed. I guess you didn't know how hot it was going to be. They're sold out at the distributor. How come you haven't announced the second print? Get on the ball.
That's definitely
So
another
that's number
book I want
2.
to pick up. Yeah.
This is another book from Scout. I'm going to get a couple, either one of each cover. No Ghosts in Hiroshima. I don't really love the art on the second cover. I probably won't love the art on the inside if it's really Japanese anime. It's just my taste, but I know there's people here that like it, so I buy for my customers. Rorschach. This has been selling well for me. 3 issues every time, like clockwork. It's been a really good series from what I'm told. There's the B cover of Rorschach. I have one guy that buys both. He buys the regular cover and the B cover of every issue, so I'll be getting that. Sensational Wonder Woman, number 5. I have people who buy Wonder Woman. They could be empty on the inside. They don't care. This should have been the B cover. This is just a fantastic cover. This cover is good too, but I mean, if I had a choice, I'd take the A cover.
Well, I
think it's got a lot more going on.
It definitely does. And she's got the old school uniform with the skirt and everything.
Yeah. She's knocking a soldier out in the background, and there's somebody taking a picture of her and knocking a guy out in the foreground. Like, it's awesome. So, Stake. This has been selling all right for me. Not huge, but for a small independent, doing okay. There's a lot of heat on number 1. It's since cooled off quite a bit. I'm sure this will end at some point. I love the B cover.
Yeah, that's a good cover.
It's an unlocked variant, which I don't know. I have to read it, see how many I have to buy to get that. 10 copy unlock, of course. Yeah. So a shop that I don't even have 50 subscribers, I got to get 10 copies of this book nobody knows about. So we won't be getting that one. Suicide Squad, movie's coming out.
Yeah.
People want to know what's going on.
Putting all the characters.
Movie's coming out, and then Peacemaker's getting his own show.
Really?
Yeah, he's getting his own HBO Max show.
That's weird.
So.
You can play with John Cena.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
John Cena play him in the show.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Hey,
don't know
steady
about
work is steady work. You don't
Still
get thrown around a ring.
that. Oh, now we're getting closer to the stuff I'm actually reading. Not
Yeah.
Suicide Squad.
Not
but
Suicide Squad.
next
Swamp
one.
Thing's next. Yeah, I'm not going to be getting that B cover.
This has been a great series.
This has been good.
I really like. Ram V did.
Here's how you pass the mantle.
Yeah, and it
right?
was like.
But you can do it with a character like 10,000 people care about.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a yeah, and it's definitely well done. It's not Alec Holland's, not the Swamp Thing
Right.
anymore. I don't want to tell you too much, but
But he
it's
talks
really,
to Alex Holland, right?
Yeah, it's good. It's definitely Parliament of Trees.
Trees.
And all that. Yeah, it's
I'm
it's
glad they
definitely
kept that.
good, and he takes a different slant to Swamp Thing, which I really like it. I think it's really well
Yep.
done. That's a great variant
That's a
cover
great
to
variant
Brian
cover.
Boland.
Yeah,
You can't go wrong.
Yeah, I picked up the Boland cover. You can't. Whenever I see a Boland doing a cover, I buy it.
Yeah.
Buy it. If nobody else wants it, I want it. Tart, we won't be getting this. Number 1, I didn't have any interest in it. I read the synopsis. Unearthed is a trade paperback. It's like an Elseworld story about retelling of Jessica Cruz's background. Again, trade paperback, and it's not getting it. And that's it.
all.
That's all, folks. We did have some other stuff to talk about. Let's talk about my movie. I say my movie. It is our movie. Everybody in here, everybody out there, we're going to share this movie around. We're going to kickstart it. After we're going to make it first. We're going to make the movie, then we're going to kickstart it so that we can make the DVDs to go to horror conventions. We're going to try to have a convention here in Port Jervis. One of the main characters in the whole movie is going to be Port Jervis. Ken's going to help me do some music. If you didn't know, this is a music man. not like the from the movie.
I don't play the tuba
He does not play
or the
the tuba.
trombone, whatever the hell he played.
Does not play. Do you? I don't think you play any brass instruments. Do you?
No, no brass.
No brass instruments. No woodwinds either. Strings mostly.
Yes, stringed
Strings-
instruments,
strings
mostly electric.
Because even the piano is really stringed
Uh,
originally.
well, I guess it has strings in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's considered that, or I'm not so. But yeah, if you Google Ken, you might find out some crazy wild stuff and some killer
Yes.
videos.
Yeah, I'm part of a strange cult, and it's all weird, waiting to be unearthed.
But really cool. He's like kind of famous. Very humble.
My
very
wallet
humble.
doesn't reflect it.
Famous doesn't always mean money.
Well, it's
We-
great to be back, and
We are
I'm looking
gonna-
forward to doing more of these.
We can't
for
be
sure.
live next week, we don't think, unless we do it on a different day.
We're gonna do it undead next week.
Yeah, so it may be taped, but we will try to start coming to you live regularly with the FOC, and probably a shorter portion will be FOC. We'll leave all of our tangents. Well, leave us a comment if
We'll
you
try
liked the
anyway.
bambling and rambling. Let us know if you're like, hey, I
Shut
want to know
up.
what to buy.
Get to the point.
Then you can bamble. I'll leave the channel then. Once you're done with the FOC, I can leave the channel. Yeah, but it's been a lot of fun. We love doing it for you. And yeah, if you know any people in the upstate New York area, I'm looking for 5 principal actresses for the movie. And I think we have the killer, maybe. But we're going to have a lot of people that are other parts. There's going to be a lot of people in the background, a lot of people on the street. Yeah, so yeah, we're going to make an army out of it. Let's see, army has nothing to do with that. So you can find us on our Facebook page, which doesn't have a lot on it yet, but we do have a small video. You'll remember me because I dismembered you. I almost didn't remember the title because it's so long and I'm so old. But yeah, you'll remember me because I dismembered you.
And it's not a love story.
It's
Probably not.
depends on what you love.
Well, yeah. You love people getting killed, then you'll love it.
All right, we don't have a sign-off catchphrase, so keep reading comics.
See ya.